Wanna buy a home but you can't get a loan? Call Booth Corp, just pick up the phone.
It was hard because if something needed done, the landlord wouldn't, like approve of it or wouldn't get to it, right away. Then we would either, one, have to wait and couldn't really do anything about it, or two, have to do it and put our own money into it and know that we're not ever going to get anything out of it. So it was difficult.
Some renters out there, they won't really care,
Yeah.
They just see that money coming in, that's it. Like, well, if they don't pay, then I can just take them to court and get all this money, but you took us through the whole process, laid everything out. The renter actually like, either you buy this house or, I need to sell it, Yep. And then we're like, okay, well, like, we can't afford a house, or we can afford a house, but we can't qualify for a house loan. And then we were like, all right, let's go back to that Booth Corporation, do some more research about it, and then we're like, all right, we're trying it. Facebook.
And I think he sent me a message and said like, oh, look at this, and I'm like, yeah, but why would he give us a chance at something like this? Like, we're talking like 5 or 10 years. He's not gonna wait that long.
No.
And then finally, we both are just like, okay, well, let's try it.
Let's try it.
I looked at your website half a dozen times, and that's where I'm like, okay, I read this, it just makes sense, like maybe we just need to give it a try because it's something that
I don't
might
know.
Be possible.
I don't know what it could be, but if you get someone to like step in your office, because I remember the first day I stepped in your office and you have a wall right there with all the houses that you help, that I was like, wow, this is something that's pretty good.
Honestly? Well, we thought there was
some hidden
fees or like
fees and
something, like it wasn't all just up front how it was. Like, they're like, there has to be something else, there has to be some kind of fee, or this doesn't make sense, it's too good to be true. And as we just kept going, we're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Are you sure there's no other fees? And like, there's nothing here. He's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
We're doing the paperwork. He's like, are you sure it's still the same number? Jim can't change it. I said, no, remember, it says it right here. You can't change it. Even like talking about it with family, they're like, are you sure it's legitimate and that it's all okay? And I'm like, I can show you all the paperwork. Like, this isn't just something that you just walk into and you're like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Like, it's a process.
Yeah, you definitely got to build up trust for it, My dad, he was like a little like, well, why are you putting all this money in the house? I said, it's not yours yet. I said, well, because I know it, and I follow my dreams. I put a lot of trust into it, and I know it's eventually going to be mine, And he said, well, just wait until you fully get approved. I said, no, Dad. I said, it's real. I mean, everything's locked in, and you got to keep on going, And once I said, hey, I finally got approved, he said, oh, really? Congratulations. And he's like, wow. He said he didn't understand how someone can like go out and help others when they can kind of like somewhat lose money. They like it, like son, like if he wants like to change like a wall or add like more pictures to the wall, I mean, go ahead. We're not in their like renter situation no more, where you have to be stricter on it.
Yeah. And like if you make a hole in the wall with a nail, it's okay. Like, they're not gonna take money from us if we do that. We've been able to have like birthday parties for the kids, have family come over, and we can decorate and do whatever we want. And so just for me, it's making the memories, all of those memories with not just our kids, but all of our family. And just like a place to call home, especially, we have a family. So somewhere that our kids are like, okay, this, we're going to stay here for a while. Like, we don't have to worry about, okay,
is a renter gonna get up and sell a house next month, or what's gonna happen, you know? The thing that got to me was budgeting. Budgeting was really, really hard for me to like fully understand. It's like, well, I have the money, why can't I just do this, you know? But no, it's just, like I said, you know, if the more you budget, the more future it'll be.
Like, okay, we have a little bit of cash, we could go do something fun. No, let's pay this bill off instead, you know, or
put it in the savings.
Yeah.
You know, all your programs, like, you know, you had us do the budgeting.
And actually, like, look, you didn't just have us make up a budget and just kind of like guess where we were at. Like, you had us go through like our bank statements and say, okay, this is what we're actually spending money on, and here's what it looks like. You made us realize that we were spending money on unnecessary things that we could put towards a home instead, you know, or to better our future instead of, you know, toys or games. Because I mean, even though we've cut out, you know, some of that stuff out, we still have had fun because our family has helped us with stuff at the house. So we've made lots of memories already, just by doing all of that.
I wasn't really thinking about my future ahead, you know, and now it all makes sense, because if I would have kept spending, you know, I wouldn't be in the position where I'm at right now. You gotta keep money put away and saved and budget, and the more you budget, the more the more you budget, the more better your future will be.
We did like a bunch of landscaping outside, removing the trees and siding.
Yeah, we have all the family help with siding,
and then like all the windows, the regular size windows have the storm windows on the outside now. We put a new garage door on.
New overhead. We did one whole room besides the floor, paint, and switched out the panels.
We had to work together on, you know, sticking with our budget, and this owning a home was, you know, our first priority in seeing, you know, bettering our future. And so we just were like, when you have someone who can give you that opportunity and not rush you through it, you have that, you know, time to focus and build up to that point. Whereas if you go to a bank, it's either yes or no, and then it's just, you know, and you gave us that chance to take the time that we needed to get to the point where we're at now.
I've mentioned Booth Corporation many times. So like I said, just try it. Especially when I saw on Facebook that you were doing all in Nebraska. I said, look, he said, it's not just in Norfolk, or, you know, it's the whole Nebraska. I said, just take it. And I mean, it's like how I was like, no, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I said, you need to take the opportunity.
Even if they think that they're not in a position to go through Booth Corp, to give it a try, because that's where we were at. We didn't think by a long shot that we were in any position to qualify for Booth Corporations, let alone, you know, a bank. And we just tried it. I mean, we wouldn't have lost anything by just trying.
You got to put a lot of trust into it and go with it. The whole program just amazing.
Yes, because you gave us that chance that a bank wouldn't, and you give plenty of time so that you don't have to rush, or like you said before, put us in a situation to fail. You're putting us in a situation that you can succeed as long as you follow, you know, what you're supposed to do, and, you know, just within time it will happen. That's like there's not many people like that, you know, or companies that would do something like that.
Take all the positive opportunities you can get in life.
Run with them.
Follow them. I think you are very like understanding, and you'll you'll try to like better that person financially wise, but it's all up to that individual. You know, if they really want that, they'll do it. If they don't, well then they don't want it. Feel pretty proud of myself, as like, you know, I never thought myself I could be in this situation with kids, and it's just a really good feeling, you know.
Yeah, I never thought I would be, the age I'm at and be able to get a house and call it mine, and be able to do what we want when we want.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And you can't say nothing but a big thank you to you, for going out there and like
believing
helping everyone in this type of situations.
Yes.
147,400. Wow. So it should be like what, 32,700 so far. Booth Corporation, they care about families and seeing their success.
Yeah, like you got to know us and our family on a personal level that a bank never would. They'd be like, "Oh, you have 3 kids. That's great. Like we don't care." But yeah, Booth Corp gave us the opportunity we never thought we would get.
Yeah.
It still feels like a dream. But
Want to buy a home but you can't get a loan? Call Booth Corp just to pick up the phone. 402-644-8320.